Trevor Davison never seen a yellow card, and that, happily for him, remains the case. Line out, won by Itoje.
I wouldn't know that feeling, Nick.
Some of it occasionally provoked.
I think on top 3, I think.
It's a proud statistic. Fun sail, and Daly very nearly through on his own. He gets the ball away, and now Saracens responding. And responding impressively. Tompkins, he finds Good, who tries to tiptoe his way through. Tobias Elliott on this near right-hand side. Willis. That strength taking him as close as that to the try line. Maui. Not quite, not quite. Willis gives it another go. And Tom Willis scores the try.
Physicality perspective, and just a little bit slow to set up on that blind side on that try line with Saints.
I think we need to give it a bit more breathing room. I think it needs to. It allows people as fans, especially away fans, to get together. I think there's you can get a good community of it, all travelling together, wanting to be together, spend time. You do a couple of it, and you've got a new friendship group. You know, I think it's worth more time.
Carreras. Picked up by Jake Morris. Clement, Harris, charging Ackerman as he spent much of this first half. And Skim, big tackle coming in from Fissalau, but still it's Gloucester ball.
Thank you. Thanks, mate. Dominant tackle. Thank you. Own leg, own leg.
Over the top of Ford Robinson, what a pass, and then the kick through from Morris. Oh, and Carreras and Tomos Williams. It started with the loopiest of loopy passes.
But just question their extra just a little bit too narrow again in defence. Maybe they're panicking because Gloucester are looking powerful, but you.
Tizard. Rod again. Very often leading that first line of defence tight to the ruck. Hartley probing in the backfield. And Ford just does enough to get that away to Carpenter, who'll take him on now. And Roebuck is on the right, and he's opening up here. Roebuck back in field. Carpenter there, and they're working brilliantly together. Roebuck once more into the 22, linking superbly, and George Ford has it. That is quite brilliant from Sale. And if you want to chart.
Look at this pickup in one motion, goes through the tackle again, tries to beat the cover, rides the first tackle, gets his hands free, and old man Ford's there to waddle over under the post.
Too long, you're too long.
Russell
Not supporting your body weight.
On the bounce for Ewells. Bayliss left out, brilliant pick up from Muir, and an equally good tackle from Seb Atkinson of Gloucester. Urbano now. Bath looking to get into their rumbling rhythm. Done. Toit, muscled back by Fazogbon. Bayliss, though, is taking charge of it, and he's going through the middle. Well met by Atkinson again, who's really mixing it defensively. Pepper. And the ball there to be won. Blake coming through the middle. Fazogbon also. Sarah Cox doesn't like it. Taken quickly. Russell! Sharp of thoughts, Gloucester napping, or rather trying desperately to suck in some oxygen. In the meantime, Finn Russell was taking charge.
Exactly what you said, Andy. Just look at the reaction from the Gloucester players from a penalty. You have to be quicker than that. You have to be able to transition from.
Thomas. Clement lays it up.
Yeah, agree.
Atkinson. Carreras, what a transfer. Barton Very good tackle from de Glanville. And it's just given his teammates enough time to get back into position. Ludlow with Wade alongside, that's gone forwards. And Bath hustling and harrying. And Spencer firing that as deep as he can. He's found Carreras though. Harris. What a line that is from Atkinson. And here's Tomos Williams. Once again, Gloucester striking from deep, seemingly with not too many options available.
Work between the two players. I'm not sure that was pre-communicated. That's such a nice ball. And Atkinson run hard. You have to run so hard into that gap. Thomas,
left-footed touch finder, has parked Saracens squarely at Newcastle's front porch. Itoje takes and wrestles the ball back. Penalty advantage to Saracens. Willis, he'll take some stopping. They won't stop him. Like a runaway elephant, Tom Willis.
And then accelerates again into the space. Tom Willis.
So once more the penalty allowing for this field position and rising expectation levels at the Rec. Popped away by Ewells. Redpath running hard to the line. Spencer, Barbary through the tackle of Clement, still going. Spencer wants it to Toit. He'll take some stopping. Almost every single match, the tank is on the score sheet.
very used to seeing him pile over from there. He has no help either. Normally there's a latcher on with him. Powers over on his own.
6 tries in the last 10.
That's going to ask you, what's it like scrummaging on this pitch? Difference to normal grass?
There's more grip. There's more purchase. You very rarely slip and lose purchase unless you got it wrong yourself. So it's more consistent, if anything.
Atkinson and Harris, and the 100 match man very nearly through. He's held on to well by Liebenberg, but it's still Gloucester having a pick away at Leicester's defence. Llewellyn. Radwan was there on his debut. This is Jordan, Cam Jordan.
Tackle! Release and roll, thank you.
Having a starting place today, having impressed in the defeat to Bayonne last weekend, and Seb Atkinson, nicely through, beautifully done, and then the try for Williams. Tomos Williams, hot Gloucester hands.
But you know what? I was just thinking to myself, are they going to leave Max Llewellyn out there, or are they going to send him up through the middle after a couple of phases? The guy's a weapon. Everywhere he pops up where people aren't expecting him, he is a problem.
They're also zigzagging. They're going one direction and then they're going back where they came from. They've got to keep working the team around the corner. It's easy because the tacklers just get up and then they're in position to make the next contact.
Genge looked to put that away to Kloska. Instead, it's ended up with a galloping Itoje. A dummy, and he's looking to go around the outside of Bates, who takes him at the second attempt. The ball is loose. Gonzalez says, I'll have that. Just when they were looking for deception, up pop Marrow. Daly now. Willis lining up Heward, round Heward, through Mata, and away goes Willis, all the way! Now that's a proper try.
It's a proper try, and it's 2 of the greatest forwards in the English game, tearing the Bristol Bears to shreds. Once the ball's moved, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. This isn't close quarters, relentless, grinding power. This is footwork, ambition and pace.
Tompkins, Lazowski, lovely Burke on the loop. Here's Daly, hits the gas, and then offloads beautifully to Cinti. Still work to do here for the Puma. Thought about reaching out, clung onto it. Here's Tompkins. Saracens building really nicely. Riccioni upended in the tackle, and the penalty is forthcoming. Willis looking to go over the top and round and through and over. Any which way will do. Willis with the score, and Saracens really good value for that.
How's he score that? They had the advantage, I know, and that can sometimes make the opposition sort of drop their intensity a little bit.
And then That could have been a penalty in itself from the Bristol second row, and then too much power from Willis. That one's a bit
back on a few seconds early, according to the time we had. But anyway, he is back on. And Spencer, and then the man who was in the middle of that red card incident, Lawrence, fires it up beyond the Bomo. Oh, and Ted Hill atomising Saracens defenders. Toit! The roar of the wreck, a common feature in this year's Gallagher Premiership.
Just talking about an elbow on the carry. I'm not saying
Monstrous, absolutely monstrous, the three of them. We know what Tomos Toit does. This is the one here. Abano just sucks Hartley in there.
Carl, there's nothing in that.
Lazowski sees a shoulder right in the chops. Brutal power, Brian.
It's beautiful deception from Abano, selfless.
They're a force to be reckoned with this season, for sure.
Field position doesn't get much better than this. Packs don't come much meaner either. Newcastle's reverse lights flashing here. Could see it. Perhaps ran the wrong way, went straight into Tommy Gordon. But Spencer's there. Russell dummying, ghosting through, taken high, but it won't matter. Used to putting others through holes, Finn Russell. Creates one and goes through it himself. Bath out of sight.
There's no point going for 3 points when you can score 5 or 7 that easily, with the scrum dominance that they've had of late.
Will they assemble the bruisers for a tap? Tom Willis certainly signalling that's what he wants. What do they have up there? Rain-sodden sleeves here. Hadfield. Big tackle. Ball's loose. McFarland's swerving and spinning. And he offloads to Willis. He'll crash home. Saracens. Pulse still beating. And the game's still at stake for them.
Really good here from McFarland, just stays on his feet. The support there from Willis just rolls off him.
Du Toit. Done now. Russell. Will crack himself, feeds it back. Ted Hill is there. Double figures on the phase front here for Bath. Rolling inside the 22 is first Maloney and now Fokina Singer. Waiting for that delay on the pass. Quinn Rue batters through another couple of meters. Straightening here is Du Toit. No one will stop the tank.
on the outside of them.
Alfie Barbary on his feet, and so many other Bar supporters similarly. This man so destructive in the tight.
But actually, eventually, if the ball's quick enough and if you delay the odd pass, we saw Scruder do it, we saw Finn Russell do it, you just take a bit of the aggression out of that line speed.
A demanding, expectant home crowd, the Shedheads and the rest of them. And they're seeing plenty to be encouraged about early in this one. Williams. And again, fizzing it out wide to Christian Wades. And the chip and the chase, and Wades bashes aside Stevenson. It sits for the finisher. Williams on the inside. Vintage Gloucester. Christian Wade, the architect of so much early season devastation. He's put one on a plate for his Welsh scrum half pal.
Yeah, it's a brilliant play.
12 points to 0. They're almost keeping pace with the scoreboard.
I know, but you stand up and affect it, that's what I'm saying.
You just wonder about the pendulum of Newcastle's defence there. You can see Hurl coming across very late. Got to have one eye on that area.
Another brilliant take from Ted Hill. Aerially, they're a few better. Saw that a week ago. Kingsholm. Here's Will Butt. Willis. Marler trying to strip the ball, but being bundled as a consequence. And now then, options. Emmons. Ted Hill to his left. Emmons throws the dummy, or the ball had to go, did it not? He's been brought down a metre short. Still they'll rumble through though. Toit.
You just heard Spencer shout at the players, come on lads, step it up, and they really did. They started to come round the corner, one decent carry, ball out the back finally into Russell's hands. He picks a wonderful pass to the outside, and Emmons makes the right choice. Just look at Russell here, the ball comes across three bodies, straight through. If he throws this too early, Green makes the tackle. Will Evans comes across and stops him with a fantastic tap tackle, but then the line from Toit, you're not stopping that, are you?
This is not what you might consider to be a traditional Gloucester style, but my goodness me, it seems to suit them with the athletes they have and the speed that they have in their ranks as well. Mercer again, turning provider this time. Charlie Atkinson stays on his feet well. Mercer, perhaps one carry too many conceivably. This is Singleton, space in the backfield, and Singleton's after his own kick, gathered by de Glanville. What a tackle that is. A similarly brilliant offload. Emmons, two men bearing down on him, and a scramble for possession once again. Dunn clattered in that midfield. Gloucester spread left. Barbary finding holes, battering through Tomos Williams. Bath with their tails up again. Russell, inside ball to Redpath, to Russell. Oh, it's magnificent. Has he rolled and scored?
Might need to check that, Adam. Might need to check it.
But Russell does really well to stay alive. We see this inside ball here, he stays alive. Somebody from Gloucester needs to track Russell. It's too late at this point.
A whole lot of talking just now, just to try and allow you to soak up this atmosphere as best you can over your devices at home. It's electric in here. On nights like this, there are a few places in World Rugby as brilliant as Kingsholm. Williams looking to finish it. The Welshman on the rampage! The Gladiators of Gloucester, heralded by a fearsome noise and a predatory strike from Tomos Williams, has surely killed off the Sharks.
The offload is great. Look, it even gets checked. He even gets checked and still manages to find the gas to get there.
Bind!
A head injury assessment for Gareth Anscombe, which means that Charlie Atkinson is at 10 for Gloucester now. There he is, just lurking on halfway. On the ball now, Atkinson to Atkinson. And Atkinson again, and this is now Carrera, space on the outside. Thorley pins his ears back. Great tackle from Russell. Takes some stopping, Ollie Thorley. Russell did well, but the space is there for Clement. And Clement is within a metre or so. Tomos Williams diving, darting and scoring. Once more Kingsholm on its feet. Once more Gloucester breaking free in thrilling fashion.
All starts at the scrum, the set piece. Gloucester have just got far too much momentum, and everyone just looks really comfortable on the ball. Clement was going hard, and that's all they needed. Tomos Williams sees a gap, he doesn't need a second opportunity.
Set!
Fresh legs in both packs. Steady platform for Gloucester to try and fight their way back into this game. They're going to do it by playing and by tossing balls from one touchline to the other. Barton, clever play. Scurrying free is Charlie Atkinson, kicking on the inside, and look at Tomos Williams. How's his control? He's one-on-one with Cowan-Dickey. This is astonishing. It doesn't get any better. A tiki-taka try from Gloucester scrum half.
Well, look good live, mate.
Yeah. Clock's in the corner, mate.
It's Atkinson, isn't it? Chips over the top. And then this week he has the benefit of having Val Rapava-Ruskin on the other side, which will be a really intimidating prospect. for the Sale front row, and maybe just guilty of going a little bit early there. That battle tonight, if we see some scrums, is going to have a big impact on the game.
Well, here's Anscombe carving through again. He hits George Barton. Aaron Reid with a tackle. Bedlow, big shot, possibly a high shot. Clark, that's Arthur Clark, sent back from whence he came. Williams, Wade, neat hands to Clement, lovely cat flap. Barton, Williams up the inside, taking on Roebuck. He sits down Roebuck. Van Rijn recovers, but Williams scores. Whoa, they've got the dancing shoes on, the Cherry and Whites. And they have brought the Salford Community Stadium to a stunned silence.
What a difference one performance can give a team in terms of their confidence. Gone, that little bit of footwork from Christian Wade takes out two defenders, out the back door. Brilliant pass from Clement.
What it is, however, you're tempted to say it's a kick to win the match, and a kick to take Bath 9 points clear at the top of the Gallagher Premiership. It's not just the magic that he has in his hands. So we're not gathering that line out cleanly, but still there's to play with, as we can see. Curry. Tom Curry. War. Now this will be a drop goal. Took his time off his blue boots between the posts. Drop kick George with another. At 90 seconds to half-time, this scoreline, Bristol 0, Sale because of this, 20.
Oh, that's phenomenal in terms of dealing with the pressure.
Thomas, forward, neat handling to Maasi White. Angles of running, so cutting. Thomas caught at the base. Neild came through on him. Forward, oh, the box kick, cross kick, oh, how about that? He's a magician.
Here's Alamano. How Gloucester could do with something to sweeten this second half and give real meaning to the final 10 minutes, and there it is for Llewellyn, his first ever Premiership hat-trick. Here's Charlie. And back to Seb Atkinson, back to Wade, and again, this is a familiar routine. Oh, brilliantly taken. Thomas! That's extraordinary. Seb Atkinson scores.